So and the wireless router, it's signed Elizabeth Schwartz, January 11th, 2010.
So what is this supposed to mean to us? We have no idea what they took.
I'm just reading a list
Right,
of what
that's
was
all
to you
Um,
that Harold wanted read.
The password was not given to us, that we had to hire, okay. I know you had no idea what the password is because you left a letter with the lawyer stating so, but you could have asked Betsy for the password and gave it to us. Right.
That sounds reasonable.
Let's go on. I cannot understand that.
He was never involved with the computer and doesn't.
Was he the board?
Boss.
He was
So-
until he wasn't president.
Oh, I
I
see,
guess.
so because he wasn't present, he couldn't ask her.
Well, I don't know.
He, from what I understand, did you not direct Betsy what to take out? You yourself told me for safekeeping. Okay, so when she took that out for safekeeping, including toner, oh, that's fine. When the stuff was brought back, wouldn't it have been simple to ask her what the password was, so it didn't cost us $120 to get somebody from the Geek Squad to get into the computer?
You want to translate for?
Yeah, can you, we really need to hear it because we're all,
Yeah, because we
No, no,
want-
no.
Please. I don't know why I'm
He
not.
felt at that point it wasn't his position to do that because he
But
was.
was it his position to tell her not to take it? I mean, you can do one but not the other.
Okay,
It makes no sense.
it's an
There
answer,
doesn't be
it's
a
an
man to be
answer.
accountable for your actions.
On what day did you take possession, and what day did he give you all the
We
documents?
took possession January 5th, we got him back, I
2
think,
weeks later.
2 weeks later.
No, one week.
No, one
What
and
are
a
we
half
supposed
to
to
be
do for
exact,
1 week?
1.5 on the Wednesday. Leave that there with Bill, I can hear you.
January 12th.
They got it back on January 12th. January
January
12th.
12th,
January 12th, they went to the lawyer.
7 days.
His response is that on the 5th, he was in the office with Betsy to turn things in and you wouldn't sign the receipt accepting it.
That's true.
Janet?
Me? I wouldn't sign. All right, he wants to clarify.
Somebody clarify it.
That's history.
All right, I just want to clarify this, excuse me, situation regarding the handover of the documents that were, and 1 or 2 other items that were removed just prior to our taking over the office. That's us being the 3 board members, Barbara, Janet, and myself, on January the 5th. Mr. Willett came into the office a few days after that and offered to surrender certain items. He wasn't holding any items, he just said that he was willing to surrender certain items. But he insisted on dealing only with Janet Carlucci. He insisted that Janet Carlucci come out of the office into the hallway and discuss with him the issue of his returning these items to her individually. She was not prepared to do that. She said if you're going to return these items, they've got to be returned to all 3 board members.
Under orders of the attorney, Mr. Tripp.
Under, exactly.
Right.
And
On my own.
that was the advice, the explicit advice that we were given by the attorney whom we hired, Attorney Trushin of Cook and Trushin. So we were just following his recommendation. Mr. Willett then left the office, and I later spoke to Mr. Trushin on the phone, and I said, you know, how do you think we should handle this situation? Because Mr. Willett insists on talking alone with the president, Janet Carlucci. She's not willing to do that. What do you recommend? He said, okay, He said, why don't you arrange with Mr. Willett to deliver the items in Middle River Club, just to you, that's you, Jeremy May, the Assistant Secretary. And if you want to have two unit owners accompany you, that's fine. But only you, one single board member, should actually be in the Middle River Club when and if Mr. Willett is willing to drop off those items. So that was the arrangement I made over the phone with Mr. Trushin. That was on Friday, Friday the 8th, I believe. Mr. Willett showed up the next morning on Saturday. I was here in the Middle River Club. I was accompanied by Ron Mousey, sitting in the front row, and Darlene Michelle. Mr. Willett came in. When he saw that Janet Carlucci was not present, he turned around and said, I'm not going to talk to you, and left.
But he didn't have any items?
He didn't have any items.
And Betsy was not with him?
Betsy was not there either. So subsequent to that, we obviously contacted the attorneys to ask them what next to do, and they then negotiated with Mr. Willett and the former office manager to drop off the items at the attorney's offices, and that was subsequently done early the following week. Case closed, end of story.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Clarification. Understood.
Move on.
What?
He walked in and walked out. I was there. He was there. He walked in and walked out. How we're supposed to run the business.
I'm paraphrasing because I remember what he said. He's disputing Jeremy's discussion and says that the attorney said he should meet with the president of the club, and she was not present, and therefore he did not meet.
And who was paying for the attorney?
Right, okay.
I have a
Yes,
question.
Darlene, please.
How are we supposed to run this place? When Harold thinks that he should have all the papers and all the paychecks, we cannot pay the employees. The employees asked Betsy if she would please just return the check so they could get paid. She says no.
No, she said if she wasn't getting paid, nobody was getting paid.
Okay. So, who in the heck does she think she is?
Carol says that's not so, no.
That's not so?
On January 5th, you were there in the office, in the River Shores office, to turn over everything.
January 5th? Oh. Oh, Betsy wasn't there, then you were gonna have to find her.
Okay.
All right,
Move on.
Okay, yes,
Neil and move on.
you're right, Harold, you're right, okay, whatever. Where are we going now?
You have to say, you say for whatever you have to say. Sounds like you have to say. They should have been put in jail. Yes.
Right, okay,
Betsy should be in jail right now.
okay, you wanna go on to number one?
Oh.
There's a couple of items.
Okay. I'm going to do two of the items and Jeremy will do the other two. Number one is, it has, August 2009 recall attempt of 2 board members. Last August, there was
Sorry, could I just break in quickly? For the benefit of those people, I'm sorry I can't shout and scream. For the benefit of those people who are not aware of who the board members were, who are the subject of this recall, the 2 board members were myself, the assistant secretary back then, and Barbara Struger, who's the secretary.
Okay.
Barbara,
Last-
speak up and nice and slow, please.
Last August,
Slowly.
there was an unsuccessful attempt to recall 2 board members, Jeremy May and Barbara Strugar. The cost of this attempt in terms of postage, stationery, and of course staff time and legal consultation was borne by the association. The legal cost alone amounted to over $1,000. We have been unable to find any record or ledger entry indicating that these costs total of $1,840 has been repaid to the association. A letter has been sent, signed by 3 of us, to Miss Nancy Feenan, whose name appeared on the return address, requesting that she demonstrate to us that the association had been reimbursed for this total amount. So far, no reply has been received from Ms. Feenan to this letter, which was sent by certified mail 3 weeks ago. Item 2. The board voted by majority vote at the public board meeting of October the 10th, 2009, to reduce the hourly pay of the then office manager from $37.50 to $20. This decision was ignored by 2 board members, the acting president and treasurer, who continued to sign the office manager's paychecks right up till her termination in early January this year. The total overpayment to the office manager amounted to approximately $4,700. The current board has since taken legal advice and will actively seek the return of this money. The issue is submitted to the floor. How does everyone feel about this?
Too bad we can't get all the other money she was overpaid over.
Barbara, first of all, everybody that was talked to was told that she was paying for it herself. It was not being billed to River Shores.
Exactly.
And then several people found out that their name had been added to a list after they refused to sign the recall. And they did come to me. But at that time, I was not on the River Shores board, therefore I said, it's up to you individually to deal with this. This is up to your own personal thing. But they didn't like that they were lied to, that she stood there and said that she was paying for everything out of her own pocket. That was what they did not approve of.
Thank you, Margaret.
This point of information, this is that mailing that we talked about before that came with River Shores hosted.
Correct.
And all of that, and it looked very, odd to me.
Okay, can I just say something? Two of the things, first of all, we wound up getting the lawyer's bill for stating Betsy and Nancy called to the lawyer regarding recall. And it was, no? No?
Do you have the
Okay.
bill with you?
Back
Do you have a copy of the bill with you? Pass it around, please.
Oh, no, it has been passed around.
Oh,
We've seen it.
We've seen it.
Tony's ahead of it.
There it is.
We've
If
seen
anyone
it.
wants to come out and look
At
at
the
it.
end of the meeting, it'll be right
Harold
here.
was in charge
He
at that
wants to see
time?
it, he don't believe
Was
it.
Harold in charge at
Yes.
that time? Point of
Yes.
information? Okay, so then he should have been fully aware.
Yes.
No,
okay.
he wasn't.
Oh, he wasn't?
No,
That's-
well, obviously
Well, as
not,
president,
because
one
he's
should
saying
be.
no. I'm sorry, what?
As president, isn't that their job to be aware of what's
well-
going on, and don't they take responsibility?
Yeah,
Well,
well-
especially since he was the only
This,
one.
we don't have covert ops or CIA or anything like that going on.
Also,
Maybe we do.